Hello once again, gamers. Welcome to Cruisnick's Purgatory. I'm your host, CruisnickX, and it's taken a lot of time and energy, but we finally made it to level 70. Let's take a look at the facts. And in the last episode, we uncovered some tomes that were provided to us by Rowena regarding the end of Master Sari. So we do know that he's dead and this is just a simulacrum, but it appears that we will have to defeat said simulacrum before we can gain access to the last of Principia's knowledge in the summoning arts. That knowledge leads us to none other than Azys Lla. It's not gonna be an easy trek, but we're gonna get right to it. Let's see what awaits us. It's time for the Stormblood finale of Path of the Summoner with the level 70 quest and art for the living. Let's get right down to it. I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of Azys Lla. We'll not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination. There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Sari's research is being stored. Once we arrive on Azys Lla, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at the Helix. Alright, let's do it. And here we are, ready to seize the day and take on all of them.
Azys Lla is even more fantastical than I'd imagined. But we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should fan out and search for a control panel of some description.
We can use that to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes?
Aye. Then we can plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone. That is my intention.
Wait, oh. Aye, then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone.
That is my intention. 'Tis important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Seal Rock seemed almost otherworldly.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Ymithra. But no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prince Seal. The job remains the same.
True enough. Then we should first focus on finding that terminal. Chris, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues.
Keep your guard up. If Sari knows we're coming, he may have prepared a welcome. Alright, let's ride. Up to Alpha Quadrant.
The Warring Triad. How long has it been since I first fought you guys? Such a long time. Here we are. All right. Clockwork hunters, huh? Didn't even break a sweat. Here it is. I predicted you would be the first to find me. A lesser summoner would have been slain.
Chris! Sari's clone! It's here!
Clone? Ah, you seek to explain my existence. An understandable theory, but I am far more than one of those clumsy creations. You had best abandon this flawed perception, lest it lead you down the path to failure. I shall await you inside, Potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge, or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Those teeth! He's gone again!
Did you see that, Chris? The way he vanished? 'Tis akin to the dismissal of a summoned entity.
So you're saying he's some sort of eggy? One what's wearing Sari's face? But how can he look so solid and, well, alive? With the aid of a computational machine, it would be theoretically possible to reconstruct Ether into a near-perfect replica of Sari's corporeal form. Now you tell us! He was summoned using a machine?
Correct. Master Sari's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one.
This thing, eh? Looks a bit like them Tomalus on Seal Rock, only they was much bigger. Gods, can the bugger pop up anywhere there's one of these devices?
Aye. I think we can now safely assume that this Sari is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sari is the Eggy, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, there must still exist the one who commands it.
We've got to find the master then. If we don't squash the summoner, the bastard will just bring the Sari Eggy back again and again and again.
Whomever the bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this location, however, with so many computational devices near at hand, I expect the foe's odds will be significantly bolstered.
So the Eggy will be even stronger than last time. All the more reason to take down this summoner quickly before we're swamped by ethereal horrors.
Well, I bought a little device that should help. An etherometer that I bought from my sister, Shola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy.
Excellent, Ymithra. That may make all the difference. Right, let's be about this then. Summoner Squad, take the van and clear the way forward.
Aye, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. You just focus on finding the summoner, and we'll sweep beside the dregs. Works for me.
Alright. One last check of gear. And let's get right down to it.
Ready for round 2, Chris? The terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage chamber. We're going to rip through this facility and take Sari's clone apart.
It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone. And I must point out that your true objective is the summoner rather than the servant.
Right, I knew that. As we planned then, Summoner Squad front and center. Carve Chris a path through.
Aye, Captain.
Ymithra, you're in charge of finding whoever's pulling this imposter Sari's strings. Let's go.
Man, how long has it been since I've been in this place? Wonderful. You've done well to make it this far.
The summoner has to be around here somewhere. Ymithra, use your gadget. I'll buy you some time. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. Do as we ask and this can all end peacefully.
I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature. You are an Eggy in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through a fusion of summoning magic and etherochemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Alag, you are not more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who now stands before you. Very good. But your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is the defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force, and compose its ether into a new guardian entity.
You mean to kill Chris and make an Eggy of the Warrior of Light?
Have we reached an understanding? A peaceable conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming. His reasoning has broken down. Your deeds have saved countless lives, and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, Master, when you embody the very principles for which summoning magic was invented?
Ymithra, any luck finding that summoner?
I've just finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I am still shocked that we missed something of that size. Our true enemy is up there! Well, fuck! How observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece, an artificially sentient evocation matrix. The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction. Your defeat is inevitable. Tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Master, might you and your companions dispose of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse?
Let's go!
Come on. Three at once. Stay focused. We can afford no missteps.
There'll be no false steps from us. Isn't that right, Chris? Potential confirmed as priority target for ethereal reconstruction. Evocation reinitialized. Those teeth! More of the damn things? Where does it end?
Seal yourself, Master. This machine means to overwhelm you.
Oh boy, this is tough.
Your combined strength is unexpected. Accessing security systems. Reviving bioweapon. Sorry speech. It becomes stilted. It strains to maintain the charade.
Oh god, this is gonna hurt.
Oh, it missed me.
Alert! Alert! System overload detected. Deploying advanced security measures. I think we made it angry. But that must mean we're winning. Exterminate hostile entities. Exterminate.
The system has recognized you as a legitimate threat. Its primary objective is overwritten. It means to destroy you by any and all means. Exterminate. The machine is out of control. One last push, Master, and victory will be yours.
What in the seventh hell? We can't fight all of them!
Ignore the Sari, Eggy. Destroy the machine. Reinitializing assessment failed. Analysis detected. Retry. Analysis failed. Unexpected error. We did it, Chris! We won! I never doubted you, Master. May I suggest we now exit this unpleasant place? Phew. A stunning victory, Chris! We won the day, but Captain Wolf wished to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but
the captain is a stubborn man. Not to worry, though. If aught should happen, we'll soon charge off to fight at his side.
Captain Wolf will call if he needs us. Aye. We should be celebrating here. Does this not mean Principia is now broken? Master success is indeed something to be celebrated. I was not crafted to experience emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages.
Once you've mastered them high and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever.
Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from musty scrolls written by some long-dead Alagan summoner. It is in the hopes of achieving just such an outcome that I awoke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator was once so fond of declaring. Chris, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you. All right. Back to Gridania. Thank God I don't have to wear that god's awful freaking attire for casters from the grand companies. It is taking... There we go. Naturally, of course, I forget the fact that it's probably going to take 15-20 minutes to frickin'... Oh.
And here we are. And just in time for the actions to wear off. Welcome back, Chris. You were only meant to face 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into the heavens themselves. An unexpected development which you handled with exceptional grace, Master. And now, at long last, I can finally bequeath to you the highest secrets of summoning. Pray, step forward. What a momentous occasion! The wisdom of the last of Alag's master summoners is yours. Ere you depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred on Azys Lla.
Aye. Well, I wanted to be sure that machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals. According to Principia, they belong to Sari's disciples. The
captain also unearthed a tombstone containing undoctored records of that age. 'Twould seem that following the murder of his students, Sari became increasingly bitter. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to the capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to etherochemical research. As you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's toil. Drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unrivaled computational power, this terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars.
Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to act as civilization's mightiest guardian. And then he killed himself. His ethereal essence was absorbed, and the formidable Eggy was added to his invention's arsenal. So, now you know the truth of it.
What a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived into the morrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystals in their stead.
Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Prin here is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. The murderous machine of his latter years is the product of frustration and anger and grief.
But what shall we do about the crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan. If you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only to the hands of the worthy.
Swallow? You mean to eat them?
Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak. And now that I have entrusted Master in the wisdom of Alag, this task shall be the last I perform ere I return to slumber. Wait! So this is farewell? Correct. Or mayhap more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not enspelled to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best not to draw out a parting of ways with needless sentimentality.
No tears for you, then, Prin.
Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I need never again awaken. Wield the art well, Master.
Off to Dreamland, just like that. I suppose Prin's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave.
Aye, the task of the morrow beckoned to us all. Let us do what we may, so that Prin might rest peacefully for many years to come.
And with that, we've completed the level 70 Summoner quest. With it, we've conquered Principia's challenge and earned the wisdom of Azys Lla, and learned the action Summon Bahamut. We've earned the achievement Soul Summoner and expanded the Trance Gauge. The Trance Gauge also indicates the current level of Dreadworm Ether accumulated by the Summoner. A single unit of Dreadworm Ether is accumulated each time a Dreadworm trance ends. When 2 or more units of Dreadworm Ether have been accumulated, the action Summon Bahamut, acquired at level 70, will become available for execution. Once Demi Bahamut has been summoned, the gauge will indicate how much time remains before he must return. So, we've acquired it. Unfortunately, I don't really have much time to show it off. But we will show off one other thing. Also obtained is the Channeler's Attire Coffer. Now, in the last Path of Questline, Path of the Black Mage, I didn't show off the gear, which I apologize for. I'm going to make up for that now by unequipping all my gear. And proceeding apace. Let's show off the gear. For the legs, we have the Channeler's Half Slops. For feet, the Channeler's Boots. For chest, for body, the Channeler's Vest. For hands, we have the Channeler's Armlets. For headgear, we have the Channeler's Horn. And last but certainly not least, for our new level 70 weapon, we have the Lemegeton. A nice change of pace to the... I'm not a big fan of this armor, but, I mean, it does what it does. Alright, change back to certain items and glamour the rest of it. That's what we have glamour plates for, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, I still haven't put the reading glasses. Cast glamour. Reading glasses. Cool. I'll keep the book as it is. But with that being said, we have completed yet another journey in the Path of the Summoner. When next we go live, we will be doing its counterpart, the Path of the Scholar. And completing that quest line. But with that being said, that concludes this episode of Cruznik's Purgatory. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, click the follow button and be sure to turn on notifications. Also, be sure to subscribe to me so you can get more Cruznik's Purgatory than you could ever hope to imagine. If you're watching this on If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the previous episode of Path of the Summoner. And click here to watch the next episode in the next expansion when it comes out. Until next time, Cruznik X, signing out.